Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioseStation.
What's up, LumioseStation, and welcome back to another episode of the Pokémon DataDex, and this is the one you've all been waiting for. Last week I asked you guys to choose between Darkrai and Pelipper, and the winner was overall Pelipper by a landslide. Pelipper, when I checked, had over 200 votes, and Darkrai was sitting on a measly like 44 or something. I mean, come on Darkrai, pick it up a bit. Anyway, today we're looking at Pelipper, the one and only Scarfed God. So before we get on to the episode, however, I need to give you guys a vote for next week. We're going to carry on with the home theme for a bit longer, and next week I'm either going to be covering Flygon or Altaria, so let me know which one you want to see in the comment section down below, and the one with the most votes I will cover in the next episode. Anyway, let's go on and look at Pelipper. So Pelipper, it's a water flying type, as I'm sure you all know, and it's number 279 in the National Pokédex, and also features in the Coastal Kalos Pokédex as number 18. It's the water bird Pokémon, as you might expect, and is, well, it says 3 foot 11 inches tall and 1.2 meters tall. It could be wingspan, you never know. The weight of Pelipper is 61.7 pounds or 28 kilograms, and it's in the water 1 and flying egg groups with a even male-female split, so equal chance to get a male Pelipper as it is to get a female one. Evolution chain is Wingard will evolve into Pelipper starting at level 25, so fairly quickly evolving. Looking at Pelipper's base stats here, we see really it's nothing to shout about for Pelipper. Highest base stat there is 100 in defense. Apart from that, it goes down to special attack at 85, and then going down to a measly 50 in attack, 60 health points, 65 speed. It's not looking great for Pelipper at this point, but do not fear. Pelipper has hidden talent. I don't know quite what his hidden talent is, but Pelipper is strong. Anyway, let's get on and look at its typing. Being a water flying type, there is 5 types, right? I can't count apparently. Fire, water, fighting, bug and steel, and is weak to only 2 types, being rock and electric types. Obviously electric types being 4 times, so want to watch out for that. Being a flying type, it's immune to the ground type and takes neutral from the rest of the types, being normal, grass, flying, poison, ghost, psychic, ice, dragon, dark and fairy types. So overall, Pelipper has a first looks, or at least adding up the numbers, it has a pretty good typing, to be fair. Resists 5s, only weak to 2, and it's got 1 immunity. It's not bad. Obviously though, you want to watch out for those electric type moves, because those are probably just going to completely ground Pelipper in one hit. Looking at Pelipper's abilities next, it has 2 abilities available to it. The first being Keen Eye, which prevents other Pokemon from knowing accuracy, and also does not take into account any evasion changes in the opponent's Pokemon. When looking at competitive battles, it isn't too much of a worry, because you can't really moves that purposely decrease accuracy or increase evasion are banned in most cases. So this is not prominently useful in competitive, but can be useful in some situations. Its hidden ability is Rain Dish, which makes it gradually regain health points in the rain, which is quite helpful, especially if you're sort of hanging around a bit in the battle, if you're combining this with a Rain Dance team, Polito with Drizzle, whatever. So, let's move on to Pelipper's highlighted moves here. We have 10 moves. Only a few of them you'll see in sets later on, but I've listed these other moves just because they're also viable moves you could use if you're just looking to try out funny sets and whatnot. First move we have is level 28 Roost. Then we have level 58 Hydro Pump, level 63 Hurricane, the all-powerful Hurricane, TM13 Ice Beam, TM14 Blizzard if you're looking for some more power there, TM18 Rain Dance, TM55 Scold, TM89 U-Turn, HMO3 Surf, and then knock off via egg moves. So looking at these moves, we have, starting at the top, Roost, which is obviously going to help you regain some of your health points, which is quite helpful if you're going for more of a sticking around set, I guess. Then we have Hydro Pump, its most powerful water type move, and obviously if you're going for all the power, that's what you want to be putting on the set. Same with Hurricane there, because that's all powerful, especially in the rain, because it's 100% accuracy, and it's going to do decent damage to your foe. Then we have Ice Beam and Blizzard. These are more, just sort of side moves. If you're using, for some reason, a Hail team, you can try and Blizzard out there, or if, you put Blizzard on, and then in the rare occasion that Hail goes up, you could then send your Pelipper out and use Blizzard to destroy the opponent. Then we have Rain Dance, which is going to be helpful with your Rain Dish, and also to power up your water type moves, and Hurricane, as I mentioned already. Then we have Scold, again, another water type move that's, useful there. Obviously, the chance to burn too, which does make it reasonably helpful. And then we have U-Turn, being TM89, which is always helpful to have on sort of fast moving Pokemon. As we said, Pelipper's not too fast, but we'll look at that in a second. But U-turn can be fairly helpful, especially if you're sort of just going for a pivot, I guess. HMO-free Surf is an alternative to Scald, slightly more power but no chance to burn, so really that's up to you. And then finally we have Knock Off via Egg Move, which can be quite useful just to get rid of the opponent's item if you're doing the good old speed choice scarf, as we look in just a second now. Let's go, guys. So as I mentioned, we're looking at the Scarfed God set first of all, made popular by Nexus, as we all know, another of the conductors here at LumioseStation, which is awesome. But you know, you guys might have seen the set used in battles before. We've had Game Boy Luke used it in one of his To Be a Master on LumioseStation, and you know, it's been around as well. So let's get on and look at the Choiced God, Scarfed God. I can't even remember the name, that's how cool it is, guys. Scarfed God set. Okay, so moveset is Hydro Pump, Hurricane, U-turn, and Knock Off. Ability here is Keen Eye or Rain Dish. It really depends, it's up to you. Keen Eye can be useful in case they end up using a move that lowers accuracy, which is unlikely, but you might as well have it on just in case. And then Rain Dish is there. If you're using it on a rain team, you might want to put Rain Dish on just for the helpfulness of it. Nature being Timid, which is going to help you be speedy and lower your attack, which is not used at all. Well, it's used in U-turn and Knock Off, but it's not the prominent attacking stat. I don't know. Held item is a Choice Scarf, hence the name Scarfed God. Then we have EVs in maximum special attack, maximum speed, and the rest in health points, so you can be fast, we can be hard hitting. So how do you use the Scarfed God set? Well, you switch in, you're faster most likely because of the Choice Scarf, and then you can either go for the Hydro Pump or the Hurricane, or if it's not really looking up to be your cup of tea at the moment, you can't really, see cup of tea because I'm British, it makes sense that way. If you're not in the best position, you can always U-turn out. Hopefully with the Choice Scarf you're faster, and then you can get a little bit of damage off before you switch in someone who can take the attack a bit better. We also have Knock Off there, which is helpful, again, paired with the Choice Scarf if you want to get rid of someone's item, because that means you'll be faster than them. So, say it's someone with a Life Orb, you can knock off their Life Orb before they ever get a chance to use it with that Choice Scarf, which is quite helpful there. Obviously, U-turn, if you're not in the best position, use U-turn rather than Knock Off, but if you really need to get rid of the item, you might want to use that instead. But Hydro Pump and Hurricane are your main moves. As I mentioned with the Rain Dish ability there, it is helpful to run this on a rain team, because then if the rain's up, Hurricane is 100% accuracy, and Hydro Pump gets a power up too, which is quite nice. And obviously if you're running the ability Rain Dish, you're going to get some health points restoration from that too, which is quite helpful. So overall, I can't even remember the name, guys, the Scarfed God set, you want to jump in, Choice Scarf, Timid Nature, get the power off, just keep, hopefully just working it through. As I mentioned, helpful with the rain, but not necessarily. That's a weird phrase to say. Anyway, but yes, this is not the Pokemon you're going to be sweeping the whole team with, and this is unlikely to be your 6-0er, but it is quite powerful to get work through a few members of the opponent's team, but must be switched in the right occasion, the right situation. Don't switch in on a Mega Manectric, because you're going to get destroyed. Switch it in on someone you're comfortable with, someone you can take out easily, and then hopefully go for the sweep after that. But that's pretty much it for Scarf God. If you want to see some of Scarf God in use, I'm pretty sure you can find some videos on it on Nexus's channel. So, go to the LumioseStation channel and go there. And also, as I mentioned, Luke used it in one of his To Be a Master videos on Lumiose a few weeks ago. So go back and sort of check that out and find that out if you want to see it used there. So guys, let's move on to the second set I've got here. This is more of a bulky set, more of a defensive set than the Scarf God set. I sort of made this up myself. I'm not going to take the whole credit for it, but it's not used as much as Scarf God. So it's maybe not as useful as powerful as Scarf God either, but it can be fairly decent if used in the right way. Moveset we have is Scald or Surf, then we have Rain Dance or U-turn, Roost and Hurricane. Ability this time is Rain Dish, Nature is Calm, held item is the Leftovers, and then EVs are maximum health points, 216 in special defense and 40 in defense, one of those. Anyway, so Scald or Surf, that's really up to you. I would choose Scald in case you could try and get a burn off the opponent. Surf is only like 5 extra power, I'm pretty sure, so generally Scald is what you want. Rain Dance or U-turn. Now I put this choice here. You can have Rain Dance on it, but if you're using a team that has a Rain Dance on it, hence using a Rain Dance team, for example if you have Politoed with Drizzle, or if you have Klefki with Rain Dance and Prankster and whatnot, then you can use U-turn instead. But if there's no other Rain Dances on your team, you might want to think about putting Rain Dance on Pelipper. Pelipper it's not the best one to put Rain Dance on because you're likely to just go down in 1 or 2 attacks, so you're most better off putting a Drizzler on team, or putting, as I said, Rain Dance on a Klefki or someone else like that, to put up your rain rather than having to risk having Pelipper out on the battlefield to take some more damage and whatnot. So you can have U-turn if you need it, and hence, if you're in a sticky situation, you can just U-turn the hell out of there. Obviously, you haven't got a choice scarf this time, we're not timid natured, so you're not going to be as fast, you might not be able to get away before, but that's up to you. You can also put knock off there if you need it, if you fancy it. I'm not sure it's up to you. Then Roost obviously allows us to restore some health points, which is going to be quite nice since we're going for a sort of a more bulky set here. And then we have Hurricane, which is going to be probably our main attacking move, especially paired with Rain Dance or just Rain in general, because Hurricane is going to have 100% accuracy, and that's going to be able to just hit time after time after time. Ability here is Rain Dish, which gives you some nice health points restoration at the end of every turn if the rain's up. Nature is Calm, which is going to boost your special defense and lower your attack, which we don't need or use apart from U-turn. So it's not the main attacking stat, as I've said before. Held items leftovers, and then EVs we put maximum health points and then sort of spread them over special defense and defense to give you a nice overall, mainly special defensive, but obviously a bit more in defense too, which is quite helpful. So this set is really about bulk. You ideally are switching in on the rain. You've got Rain Dish to heal you up a bit there. You've got leftovers to heal up even more, and if you need, you got Roost as well. And then you can just Hurricane, Hurricane, Hurricane. No choice scarf, so you're not necessarily going to be faster. You could maybe combine the two sets, have a Calm Nature with a choice scarf, and see how that works for you. But it's up to you really. But this set's more about bulk than attacking anyway, so you sort of want to stick around a bit longer. Don't just go Hurricane, Hurricane, Hurricane. Maybe Roost if you need to. Maybe, U-turn out if you need to. Don't sack off this thing straight away. Whereas Scarf God is more of a switch in, attack, 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 and then feint sort of situation. Whereas this one you might want to hang around for a bit longer. But guys, that is pretty much it for this episode of the Pokemon DataDex. As I mentioned at the start, please be sure to vote for the next episode. We have Flygon and we have Altaria. Let me know in the comment section below which one you want to see, and I will be covering that Pokemon next week. All that remains to be said now, guys, is drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Check out all the other videos on LumioseStation and, of course, my channel if you would like to. No pressure, guys. But I will be seeing you next time, guys. As I mentioned, vote for your Pokemon for next week. I'll be seeing you again. Goodbye, my guys. My friends. I don't know what I'm doing.